Hey Cancer, and welcome to your bi-weekly reading. So this is for Cancer, Sun, or Rising sign. It is a collective reading, and I'm feeling that one. And we are looking at the period of time from the full moon to the new moon. So that 2-week period of time, full moon on the day that this is coming out on July 3rd for Capricorn in tropical astrology, to the new moon on the 17th. And that will be in Cancer, actually, in tropical astrology as well. So I will explain what we're pulling these cards for in a moment, and let's go ahead and get some spiritual advice for this, and then we will take a look at it. I just also put out the monthly videos, so if you want a more extensive reading with more cards and looking at the entire progress of the entire month, and challenges and spiritual advice there, you can get a more extensive reading in that video, which I'll put up at the end of this video so that you can take a look at that. All right, so what are we looking at here? Well, Cancer is all about you. And it's interesting because we end this 2-week period of time with looking at a new moon in your sign. So I find that interesting, that the first house is what's coming up here. And the first house having to do with yourself and your body, right? This represents the self. It represents the intellect. It represents how we navigate life. It represents, I would say it also represents the way that we go about exploring life. Really quickly, let me back up for a second and saying how I'm pulling these cards is I'm doing a little bit of a new spread, obviously, than this time around, and this is meant to really focus on the waning phase of the moon, right? So in this time where the energies are waning and decreasing, this is a period of the month where we can release, let go, prune the garden, weed the garden, get rid of the things that are hindering the growth of our garden, right? And getting rid of all things that are no longer serving, whether that be projects or maybe people or whatever it is, whatever it is for you. So which area of your life can we look to see that would have the most benefit and would actually have, if you were to do some pruning in this area, would have a ripple effect that would be beneficial in all areas of your life? So which would be the most potent for this particular 2-week period of time? And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the house of you. We're looking at the first house, right? And what kind of advice is coming through for this 2-week period of time in dealing with this. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. So with regard to you and perhaps your body. So if this feels physical for you, then fine. But with yourself, with your sense of self, with who you are as a person, taking a look at the areas where you might be feeling like things are not being reciprocated in your life. So, obviously this is not really as specific as speaking to your workplace or friends or, relationships or anything like that. So this is for you to actually determine. I think you're going to feel this in the way that it is something that is probably dragging you down. It's because we're looking at the first house, dragging you down, feeling like it's a major hindrance for you in your full expression. Or again, this could have to do with body, but with the 6 of Pentacles, we're looking at where things are imbalanced, where the give and take is not in proportion and things are not being reciprocated. So perhaps you're on the side of giving too much, overgiving, overextending yourself and not having that reciprocated. And that's your clue to take a look and either have conversations about that or to adjust or to let go of certain things. To make known that it's not reciprocated and that you're not going to continue on that path in that way. And also you could be in the position of grasping and pulling and taking and in a way receiving overly over more than the amount that would be fair, and just kind of taking from other people, whether that's energy, time, resources can include finances, right? So it's just in which ways are those happening. Now, given that we're in this astrological experience that we're having with like, you know, Venus and other aspects, which I get into in the astrological highlight videos. If you've been watching those, you've been probably hearing about the buildup. And also I just put out one for July 1st through the 4th, and then I'll be putting out the 5th through the 15th on the 5th. So just know that you can kind of go there and already hear about like what's building up and what's happening. But the Venus retrograde, I've been talking about this, it's coming up. You know, this I think could be a time of, because Venus has to do with values and so do the Pentacles, you know, are things being reciprocated? Do your values align in whatever area this is? Now, again, I said this could be with like relationship, like lovers, or this could be friendships, this could be family, this could be work, coworkers, projects, right? So this is for you to know. I feel like you're gonna know already what I'm talking about here. Like you're already gonna know. So that's the advice, is for you to examine this, to look at where things are not in proportion equal, and whether there is a reciprocal experience happening between you and others, or you and other, and how that's affecting your sense of self, and having like to do some kind of releasing with that, right? And again, I'm not saying that you should or should not let go of people if this does involve people. This might just mean that you need to have certain kinds of conversations, or that, yeah, maybe this is like you just release certain things and let that be. Because it's just not for you anymore, right? So it's just not for where you're going and where you're growing towards, and what would actually overall, like I said, benefit, ripple out and benefit all the areas of your life. So that is what we're taking a look at here. Again, you can take a look at the full month videos. If this felt insightful or helpful in some way, please consider doing all the algorithm things to help the building of this channel so that I can continue to put these videos out and get them out to people. So do the like and subscribe if you haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much. And also hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of these videos on the horizon. So thank you for your time. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.